Brian Wilson, Mary Catherine Ham, Brian Neiman, today's newsmakers, and you, the Morning Majority. 105.9 FM. AM 630. WMAL.
6:07 on WMAL. Carrie Pickett from the Washington Times in this morning for Mary Catherine Ham. Thanks for coming in.
Sure.
And Brian Wilson is here as well. All right, so there's a big debate last night. We talked a little bit about last hour. Some of the headlines this morning. Newt Gingrich's comments, his feelings on immigration. A lot of headlines on that this morning. What exactly does he mean by that? Vince Haley is with us. He is a policy director for the Gingrich campaign. Now, Vince, before we start this, I want to play a little bit of what the speaker said last night. I know this went back and forth for several minutes, especially between Newt and Congressman Bachmann. But here's a 49-second bite, an explanation on where Newt feels we should go when it comes to illegal immigrants, especially those who have been here for over 25 years.
We're going to take people who've been here a quarter century, who have children and grandchildren, who are members of the community, who may have done something 25 years ago, separate them from their families, and expel them. I do believe if you've been here recently and you have no ties to the U.S., we should deport you. I do believe we should control the border. I do believe we should have very severe penalties for employers. But I'd urge all of you to look at the Kriebel Foundation plan. I don't see how the party that says it's the party of the family is going to adopt an immigration policy which destroys families that have been here a quarter century. And I'm prepared to take the heat for saying, let's be humane in enforcing the law without giving them citizenship, but by finding a way to create legality so that they are not separated from their family.
All right, the speaker said last night that was not amnesty. I think a lot of people would say, well, even if you've been here for 25 years and you're illegally in this country and you're going to have an opportunity to stay here legally even if you don't get citizenship, that they would consider that amnesty. How is it not amnesty?
Well, I mean, Newt's whole posture on the immigration issue is one of we have to control the border. And that's the first and foremost thing we have to do. The question dealt with, once you control the border, which is job number one, what do you do with 11 million people here? And what Newt has consistently said is that when you have a combination of workplace enforcement, you allow an ability for employers to immediately know who is here so that they only employ legal people, that what you'll have as a result of that is you'll have millions of people self-deporting. But that leaves the question about those people who don't self-deport. And if they're trouble with the law, gang members, you have to aggressively round those folks up. People here who are committing felonies, and you have to deport them. However, in some rare cases, when people here for 25 years, as it was explained last night, he thinks that it is probably going to be the case that we have to provide some humanitarian exceptions for those people. And in those situations where, again, they've had kids here in the United States, they've grown up. He believes that there should be providing some way to regularize their status, not citizenship, but that's some way so that they don't have to be uprooted from the family community.
All right, Vince. Let me see though. I mean, a lot of people say amnesty it becomes a magnet. It just encourages other people to come. I mean, and the thing that I have a problem with is we're a nation where the rule of law is supposed to mean something, and it's against the law to come to this country illegally. I mean, it's like saying, okay, I committed armed robbery, but then after that I lived an exemplary life. I still violated the law. And so does it make it okay that I violated the law simply because I've decided to live an exemplary life after that?
No, it's not okay to violate the law.
Well, I mean, but when you come here, you're violating the law, and every day you are here, you are in violation of the law.
And for those people who are here probably less than 20 to 25 years, we're going to be very aggressive about that. However, he does recognize that in some cases it will probably be the humane thing to do to not break up families. And we're talking about, though, a limited number of cases that can be decided where people who fit certain criteria would not be deported. I mean, Newt opposes a massive deportation program. He doesn't think it's practically going to happen in those cases when we have people here for 20 to 25 years that somehow we would go around and forcibly deport those people in those situations. However, people who have not been here that long, the combination of factors of workplace enforcement, verifying worker status, aggressively, supporting laws like in South Carolina in Alabama and Arizona that allow enforcement by state law of our immigration laws. A combination of those will do a very good job of causing people here to self-deport. But the job number one is absolutely to control the border. That is a commitment. That's part of the contract with America, and that is the job number one in the first year of a Gingrich administration.
All right, well, hold on a second. Look, congratulations, first of all. The Newt is surging. The numbers look good. Your campaign has caught fire. But I would suggest that the fact that you guys were out here this morning, sort of trying to explain what the speaker said last night, makes it sort of clear that you realize you got a problem on your hands with this. This is not going to go well with many conservatives.
Well, Newt has made the same point in earlier debates. I mean, in earlier debates in the year before, as you say, we caught fire, Newt has quite consistently said that in response to the immigration questions, he goes, we don't face a zero sum with massively deporting 11 million people and doing nothing. But the point is that an aggressive border-first posture, secure that border 100% in the first year, then you can move to decide how to handle any hard cases after a period of people self-deporting. And he just simply recognizes, I think, a recognition of reality. This is not a proactive, this is what we're going to do for 25 people who've been here 25 years. He just simply recognizes that the American people are not likely to want to see people who have had such long-standing ties in their community, 20 to 25 years, with children here, to deport them. He just recognizes.
Vince, but hold on a second. He also said that he also supports certain portions of the DREAM Act. Which portions of the Federal DREAM Act does he support, and which portions of it does he not support? Because the DREAM Act certainly doesn't have a whole lot of popularity here in the United States either.
The one aspect of the DREAM Act which he has said that he would support is the idea of those children who came here with their parents. Their parents came here illegally, so they have an illegal status in this country. He would support those children's ability to join the U.S. Armed Forces, and after a period of time in the U.S. Armed Forces, then they could have the opportunity for citizenship. This is something that's done for children of other foreign nationals, but he would allow the children of illegal people here illegally to obtain that status as well.
All right.
But just in that one case.
Vince, thank you so much for coming on on short notice on the Morning Majority. We greatly appreciate you joining.